Big Chicken Morning Show on V103, the ATL's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls in the building joining me. Had the opportunity to host the screening last night. The movie is hitting theaters June 9th. Transformers Rise of the Beast, and I got two beasts in their own right in the building today. Director Stephen Caple Jr. What's happening?
Hey, what's going on?
And my brother from another, Tobe Nwigwe.
Hey, come on, holla at me.
What's happening, bruh?
I'm doing phenomenal.
Good to see you both. Great movie last night. Great movie. I'm going to start with you, Mr. I start my whole career with the blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
Come on.
What you doing in a movie this big for your first movie?
Man, you tell me, Tig. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's incredible. It's an immaculate feeling to be a part of a monumental franchise like Transformers.
Right.
And it's all, it is all because Stephen Caple Jr., but it is a phenomenal opportunity nonetheless.
Facts.
I mean, for this to be your very first acting thing, I must say I was impressed. Your breathing techniques and all that.
Come on.
I ain't gonna get too many spoilers, but it was a great movie to see you doing your thing on the big screen.
Thank you, family.
Is this now a new passion of yours?
Hey, I'll be honest with you. If I get to work with people like Caple and the cast that we had and the crew that we had, it could be because it was an extremely beautiful and like just light process. Like when you're doing it with phenomenal people like that, it's a fun experience. And a lot of the times when I'm doing my own videos and stuff like that, my own production and all that type of stuff, it's a lot of stress because I got to see the whole thing through. But when I'm just playing a role as part of a different vision. Come on, a different vision. I was gonna say a bigger vision, but everybody's vision, you know what I'm saying, sweet like that. So it was just lighter, and it was a very, very fun experience, which I don't be saying that all the time.
Well, listen, it was an amazing movie. It's set in 1994.
Come on.
Which immediately was like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
As soon as the movie opens, there's a song that puts you in a frame of mind. And I'm like, am I in the right movie?
Yeah.
I was like, am I in the right movie? I had a chance to chop it up with you last night, Steven. I was impressed and amazed.
Come on.
That a brand as big and as wide as the Transformers allowed this movie to be
made.
It's a us movie, people.
I promise you.
It's a us movie.
We out here.
It's set in Brooklyn for parts of it. It's reflective of the culture.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
I mean, it was like from step one and day one when I got the script, they very much knew what they were getting into. I think the studio, I felt like they needed something different to change the direction, and they did too. So when coming into it, it's like, all right, the casting choices are going to be different. Like, it's going to be more grounded, a little bit more authentic. People going to look like us. And then musically, I mean, I've been blessed to, like, with all my films and projects to have great music and great soundtracks, from like my first feature, The Land, to Creed, working with Mike Will, and then in this particular case, getting a chance to dive into the 90s and that era. And, I just remember as a kid, I'm putting my age out there, I was a kid in the 90s growing up.
It's a phenomenal time to be a kid.
Yeah, it was a great time. So, like, all the references with music I was brought up to, R&B hits that I was brought up to, stuff that you never get to actually experience in a movie theater. Like, they don't make movies like that anymore. So it's going to feel like, in the beginning of film, the black films we felt growing up that you've never seen in this kind of scope, And so to have that, the opening of the film, and us watching it and setting you into that tone of that era was important. And for you guys to listen to those sounds in the theater is insane. So
again, it opened. The first song came on. I'm not going to tell y'all because I want y'all to experience it. I want you to feel the same amazement and surprise as we're watching Transformers to hear that particular song. And I was like, oh, all right, what's happening? But amazing show. That I mean, the action is what we expected it to be. It is a Transformers movie. But uniquely dare I say, period piece?
Yeah, it is a period piece. I didn't think about it I never called it a period piece before, actually, but it is a period piece. Like, I wanted it to feel like you're traveling back through time. We literally do in one part of the film, due to the Transformers, people notice it. But in this particular case, for the 90s specifically, it was like a time capsule. Like, if we can open it up and be like, all right, can we relive these moments?
Like, Dominique's character had a beeper.
She had a beeper, yeah. I call it a beeper too. Some people call it pager. I'm not sure how it's translating. Like we were just in Singapore and Mexico, and I'm like, do they have beepers? I like
this fool over here got a cable box fixed.
He got a cable box selling tapes.
It's the 90s, baby.
Look, fixed.
Fixed. Exactly, fixed, selling bootleg tapes out of his trunk. Like it was like that kind of. Yeah, bro. I remember buying tapes like that.
Of course.
God,
I had plenty of tapes like that.
Oh man, so yeah, just to have that like incorporated. He had an Acura. You know what I mean? Yeah, cats remember that.
Yeah, come on, talk about the details.
Back when the Acura was a thing. I ain't gonna talk about the walk-away and all the clothes. The wardrobe was on fire.
Yeah, no, that was huge. The wardrobe was huge for us. My wife did wardrobe actually. Sierra, she did the costume.
Look at the family man in here. Look at the family man. Look at the black family man.
It's all family.
It's crazy because when I got there, because I do all the costume. That's the technical term. Costume design for my videos. So I thought I was doing something. Then we got on set, and I saw how many people she had to do the design and the styling and all that stuff for.
Right.
And like in one scene, it's like over 500 people.
Oh, wow.
And every person, down to the very minute details of everything that they had on, she put everything together. I was like, oh, yeah, I thought I was doing something. I was like, my bad. My bad. I really thought I was doing something until I saw how she got active, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is amazing. And then to just see them doing that together is extremely beautiful.
Well, quickly on that, too, just because April Walker, like from Walkerwear, from New York, and the whole nine gave us mad gear, because like it's really hard to find 90s clothing. So like, especially black brands, Carl Kanai, all these brands, we had to reach out to them specifically to ask, like, bring wardrobe, and if not, create something new for the movie, which was nice to incorporate that, because again, it is us, and it was super dope.
I need something for these 90s parties I got to keep hosting.
Come on back.
I need to plug catch up with your wife. Stephen Caple Jr., Tobe Nwigwe is here. We're going to talk about your new song. We're going to talk about more about this movie. I suggest you stick around there in the building. Transformers, Rise of the Beast in theaters June 9th, and in the studio with the Big Chicken Morning Show on V103. Big Chicken Morning Show on V103, the ATL's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks. It is Throwback Thursday. And very appropriately, the people from Transformers, Rise of the Beast, which is kind of a throwback movie, but not.
Come on.
Listen, you got to go see it when it's in theaters June 9th. I promise you will be entertained and equally amazed by the energy, the music, the vibe that is being put forth. This is not your traditional Transformers movie by any stretch. It's definitely a reflection of us and the culture. Director Stephen Caple Jr. is in the building. Tommy!
Come on, holla at me.
What's good? So you got a song with Nas in the movie?
Come on, Nas and Jacob Banks. Who would have ever thought in life?
How did this come about?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to just divert all how did everything happen to Stephen Caple Jr. Yeah, he has a lot of relationships that he's very popular. Very popular.
What happens when you make them 30 under 30 list?
Very popular young gentleman. But he had a relationship with Nas from a previous film that he had done before. He had an idea for a type of song to do. I put my little creativity on his idea, and then he came with the question like,
your little creativity.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then he came with the idea like, hey, you think Nas want to be? I said, hey, listen to me, don't threaten me with a good time. Yeah. So he reached out to him, and Nas loved what he heard, and you know what I'm saying, does what he does. It did what he does. Yeah, and it's just, I feel like it's an amazing moment in time to where you can have a franchise like this and a legend like Nas all together at the same. And the whole theme is set in the 90s, and he was, you know what I'm saying.
What's that dude?
Come on, bro.
Illmatic dropping in the 90s, the whole nine. Yeah.
New York, everything, bro.
Song's called On My Soul. How important was it to have that as part of this whole project?
So Tobe named it On My Soul. Like, all I did was say, like, look, this is where I want to place it in the film. So I had him come to the studio, because what I like about Tobe is, like, one, his performances are amazing. If you haven't seen it live, definitely do, because it's an experience. It's theatrical, right? And so for me, I was like, how can I capture that vibe and that energy and bring it to a movie like Transformers? So I'm like, action sequence. Like, usually you do movies like this with an intro song or something. I was like, I want him to do an action sequence. So he approached it like it was score. And I was like, do what you do best. Like, bring that energy that's you and, like, literally orchestrate, you know. And we actually did, bring in the orchestra and the whole nine.
Oh, literally.
This song. And Tobe brought it on many different levels. And On My Soul, I don't know how he came up with the name On My Soul. I never even asked you how you came up with
I'll be
My Soul,
honest with you. Yeah, I don't think too deep into the songs. I think about what I say the most in this song.
Yeah. On My Soul.
What I say the most?
Yeah, that's the feeling. Yeah. So I just like, oh yeah, let's roll with that. Let's not overthink it.
Amen.
And it just worked. For that moment, it worked. Definitely. It's when everybody's finally, and won't spoil it, working together in the film, so to speak. And so it just brought that energy.
Ain't good at it. So listen, at the end of the movie, there's a scene. It's kind of a post-credit-y scene, and I'm not going to spoil. But I want to ask you, it alludes to another franchise. And my question for you is, is that you? Are you going to be doing that?
That's me. The idea was me. The direction of it, it was just something I grew up off of as well. I want to do it right. You know what I mean? Right. I won't spoil what it is. You guys gotta
we ain't
check
gonna
out
tell them. You gotta go see the movie.
But like in the past, I feel like it hasn't been like quite right just yet.
The first
one was, you know what I'm saying? With the
Now I'm like, froze up. I like that.
Yeah, we can't even say. Yeah. But like, I want to bring the flair that you saw in this film and that kind of energy to that brand, and just kind of combine the two. But it was actually something that was done in the '90s, and a lot of people don't know about. So I'm bringing that back too. So like the true fans can check. We need an ensemble. It's gonna be a group. It's gonna be a group. But it's something special, man. It's something really cool. So
anything else on the horizon?
Besides potentially another Transformers film, I'm working on
that was crazy.
Did I say I was free?
Okay. Potentially another Transformers film, but there's a few other projects I just have in the works. But right now I'm gonna just take time off with my family, bro. I just had like a newborn. She's like 7 weeks old.
Did you just have one?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We back to back in there.
It was. We're like a week apart, right?
Oh really? Yeah. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you, man.
How is Fat?
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean phenomenal in the sense that she getting all the rest that she definitely won't need, all that type of stuff.
You let her get some rest?
Oh, he let her get some rest.
Tobe overworking the family.
We gonna stay off of each other like that.
That kind of rest. Come on,
wait a second.
Come on back to me. Yeah. So we gonna take a couple vacations this year for sure.
Amen.
And Fat, you become a different Fat when she on vacation. Got a couple of the system. God bless you.
Every time I see you, sir, you are doing something more and more amazing.
Thank you.
Got to see the entire Pharrell tribute.
Thank you.
That you did up there in D.C.
Yeah.
And just the way that you put that together.
Yeah.
Sonically.
Thank you.
And I'm watching P's reaction while you're like, what did that mean to you to be able to present that to him and the world?
A lot, because a lot of people are really moved by how much of a musical genius he is, but he a real good human being.
No doubt.
Like he a real solid guy. And it's not every day that I meet solid. A lot of the world is like not solid. Yeah, so to be able to have that experience and he a musical genius, and I know he let me not say harsh critic, but how you say serious. When you're really good like that, you look at that stuff differently. So I just wanted him to be like impressed, for lack of a better term. Yeah, I really, because it means something different if you impressed because you really do this.
Right.
And I was able to experience it, and what I wanted to do was really paint the picture so that everybody who come from where I come from could like really have that experience, because you ain't gonna really never he don't really fool people like that. So you might not never, you know what I'm saying, my homeboy Cease at the crib, he ain't gonna never really get to meet Pharrell like that in that type of situation. He don't even do music. He work at the factory. But I just wanted to paint the picture so he could feel like, man, we met for real.
Right.
Yeah. So that's all I was trying to do. And I feel like
it was absolutely amazing to watch you do that, the way you put that together. Yeah. What's the future for you? You got another movie or some new music? I know you got a lot of music, but
hopefully, man, Caple Jr. remains my friend. You know what I'm saying? He remains my friend. Now we got Mo Season 2 coming out on Netflix. I got more music coming out. And just vacations. Yeah, we gonna relax, kick it with the kids.
Important.
Yeah. We going a couple different places we ain't been before.
Give me number one on the list that you haven't been that you gotta get to.
it's either Turks or Trinidad and Tobago, one of those islandy places, and we just came from Singapore. Yeah.
So these places you been?
No.
Oh, this is a place you need to be.
Yeah, we going to the Turks and the Trinidad. We ain't never been to those places.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the place that got the little huts on the water. What's it called?
Bora Bora or Maldives?
Come on, look at you, well traveled. Yeah, he ain't
I've been to Bora Bora. I have not been to Maldives yet.
We think about stuff like that. Just get out there, you know what I'm saying? See stuff that people that grew up in impoverished situations don't see.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, listen, kudos to you both. Shout out to Dominique Fishback and Anthony Ramos.
Come on.
Yeah. What's the little kid's name?
His name is Chris.
Yep. Chris did an amazing job.
And the film is Chris. Sorry, Dean Vasquez.
Dean
Vasquez. Like I'm still on that mode. Dean Vasquez. Yep.
Amazing job in the movie. It's very well put together. I urge everyone. It is a family friendly, but action packed. And if you love the 90s, you're going to have a great time with the music
100%.
Situation. So June 9th, pull up on it. Transformers, Rise of the Beast in theaters. Shout out to Stephen Caple, Tobe Nwigwe in the building. Good to see y'all, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Already. Y'all don't go too far. I got more Big Ticket Morning Show on the way. Next on B103.